Hello everyone! A few creators, including myself, have generously been given access to a preview build of Nightingale. This will be the last video before the game releases, and I thought I would create a video about things I wish I knew when I started the game. This list will include a few quality of life features that the game doesn't tell you about. Let's get right into the list, starting off with number 1. Now this is a small feature, but you will never pick up individual items or even click on a single one ever again. Normally, if you hover over an item, you have to press the interaction key, which by default is E. However, if you hold the key instead, you'll pick up everything on the ground in a small radius around you. After learning this, I never took the time to look at a single item ever again and just held E for everything. And while we're on the topics of useful hotkeys, I'll give an extra one for free. Whenever you carry a two-handed weapon or a tool, like an axe for example, you won't be able to eat or use the umbrella at the same time. Instead of pressing the number key to switch to the other hand, press the use key instead, which by default is set to F. Now this will automatically switch to your other hand, which will save you a bit of time. The only downside is though that you can't scroll in your offhand, so unless you already have your hotkey set on food or the umbrella, or even healing, you'll still have to press the number key. As well as switching back, you will need to press the number key again. So it only really helps out if you already have something selected. But in the heat of a battle, if you have your offhand set on a potion, it is a lot easier to press F twice than it would be to find the number key and then press F. The next tip is something most people will probably already know as it is shown in the trailer, but I'd like to mention it anyway just in case. There's umbrellas in the game, and as seen in the trailers, you can float with them. The earlier ones take up a lot of stamina however, so only use those when you're close to landing to not take any fall damage. You can obtain the recipe either from a shop or collecting echoes in the wild. The other neat feature is that it actually functions as an actual umbrella. Yes, many of you are probably like, is this guy for real? But for those out there with the same amount of brain cells as me, this is a welcomed tip. It will save you from the hailstorms while out and about, and when it's raining you won't get wet. So it turns out it isn't just used to Mary Poppins your way around. While we're briefly on the topic of shops, I would like to talk about its currency. You can buy items and recipes with essence, and essence is also used to repair your gear, upgrade it, and even craft certain realm cards. A very versatile resource in its own for sure. I thought for the longest time that you were only able to collect them by harvesting resources, as essence pops out every once in a while when you chop down trees or kill an enemy. Well, it turns out you can extract them from other resources too. So in order to accumulate a mass stash of essence, just whip out your sickle and start swinging around plants to gain some fiber or sticks. Simply extract them in your inventory and reap the rewards as the richest person in all of the realms. Well, in basic essence anyway. Another way to get a decent amount of them is by completing challenges. I've seen them pop up here and there, but I thought they were just achievements. So it turns out if you go to the challenge tab and click on one of the ones you completed, you can claim the rewards. Most of these give basic essence right now, and only a few give different items, but I imagine the developers will add more unique rewards later down the line. While out exploring, you don't always feel like walking all the way back to your base, especially when out in a different realm, as you will need to walk all the way back to the portal and then walk from the portal back to your own house. Luckily on the map screen there's a giant button that says Travel to Respite. And this will teleport you back home, free of charge. It can take a little while out in a different realm, presumably because it has to load your home realm first, but if you're exploring your own little world, it will instantly teleport you back to your estate. But similarly to the low amount of brain cells, I hope that there's at least one person who needs their eyes checked like I do and miss this. While redesigning your base, having to move around everything could be a hassle, as it doesn't seem like there's a move option when interacting with walls or furniture. Well, it turns out there is. By pressing the X key, you open a menu which will let you pick up any structure you place down in the world. You can move it or destroy it. And the best part of this feature is if you move a chest around, you don't need to take out any of the items as it will remember everything that's in it, making for a nice addition to an already fun building system. And this last tip will be really helpful not only early game, but later as well. There are some NPCs that you can recruit. These are found in multiple locations. For some you don't have to do anything. For others though, you have to finish a structure or complete a siege on their base first. Now probably the easiest one you'll get is located near the first essence trader you'll come across in your starting realm. This is located near the main dungeon you have to go to for the main quest. So this location is nicely marked on the map and you can head straight there. Recruiting is free and they won't leave unless you tell them otherwise. Now early game they have some decent gear for you to steal, so even if you prefer not to have anyone follow you, it's still a good option to check it out just to take the gear, as it will get you ahead in the game. For those who want to keep them around, you can give them different weapons as well as armor. Just make sure you hit the equip button so they actually put it on, as yes, they are little babies and they do need help getting dressed. But they will help you fight as well as collect resources to build structures you place down. And depending on the tool you give them, they'll collect those resources whenever they can. Really, like whenever they can. And if you give them an axe, prepare to have a tree or 50 fall on top of your head. And those were 7 things I wish I knew before starting Nightingale. So when the game releases and you have some more tips, leave them in the comments down below to help the others out, so they can reach the city of Nightingale in record time. I'd like to thank the team at Inflection for providing me with a look at the preview builds so I could create these videos, as well as for the amazing gift box they send over. I absolutely love it. With that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everyone.